As long as we're together, Rean said. I really want to hang out with Fee and the doggo. Like, really badly. Did that give us a point with Lara? It did. Right? We didn't already have this. She sees the current situation as yet another trial she must overcome to become stronger and intends to do so. I don't think they would hit us with 2 points this early on. I mean, maybe they would. I kind of want to hang out with Sarah again because she still doesn't have any points. And Eustace at least once. Let's go hang out with Eustace. Only the first counts? Does the second not use a bonding point? Or are you saying that only the first would give us a note? Deciding on what our class should do has proven more difficult than expected. Yeah, I've already read this. We're hanging out with you, Eustace. Only the first gives us a note. Okay. We're hanging out, Eustace. Hey, wanna come look after Arthur with me for a bit? Who in blazes is Arthur? My horse, you jerk. Oh, was that the name of our family's horse? Got it in one. Since you're kind of a horse expert, I'd really appreciate it if you could help me out with him for a bit. Why not? I'd like to see him myself. Lead on. We're distracting Eustace with a horse. This is a fine horse. It has a strong air of dignity about it, much like the young horses back at the academy. Yeah, he does. He's pretty friendly too, isn't he? He's been here since Dad took me in, so he's getting up there in years. But he's still got that same energy. Dad still takes him out hunting along with Bedeau. Once again, it's impossible to fill the notebook in one playthrough. Yeah. Is what it is. I see. I imagine his dignified appearance is a result of much experience then. He does appear to be in dire need of some exercise, however. His muscles aren't quite as defined as they should be. Wow, I'm amazed that you could tell. You're not in the riding club for nothing. He hasn't had much chance to get out and about since Dad was injured, so that's probably why. Then, if we can, I'd like to do something about that. What say you to giving him a good brushing before we take him out? I think he'd like that a lot, actually. After brushing Arthur and giving him all the care and adoration a horse could dream of, Rean and Eustace took him out onto the mountain path. Just for a walk. Neither of us is riding him. We're just taking him for a walk. He seems really happy to be out of the village. It's been quite a while since he last had the chance. So it appears. I imagine that he would rather go out hunting with his master, however. Horses are always far more comfortable with their usual rider. My family and the riding clubs are no exception. Makes sense. But with Dad's injuries, I don't think he'll be fit to go out hunting anytime soon. Well, according to the father, he can go out hunting in like a week. Speaking of the riding club, do you have any clue what's going on back at Thor's? You were the one who managed to get the bike out of there, so I figure you might know something. Mind you, that I was only able to do so through the Noble Alliance. I tried to make use of my position as a member of House Alberea as best I could. Unfortunately, my authority pales in comparison to Father or Rufus, so I'm afraid that was the most I could do. It's a shame. Still, I appreciate you trying. Really do owe you a lot, even for little things like helping me look after Arthur. I hardly think I deserve your thanks. Being my father's son, some of the responsibility for his disgraceful actions falls on my shoulders as well. No, I disagree. Your father's an idiot. That's his problem. He's a whole adult. He's responsible for his own actions. You're responsible for your own actions. Not your fault at all. I have a duty to do all within my power to atone for that to both Baron Schwarzer and Emir's people. I mean, what could you have done, though? I'm sure my brother feels similarly. I don't know. Brother Rufus might be crazy. Hello, Rean Bright. Welcome to stream. Like I said, back in Berea Hard, there's no reason for you to feel responsible for what happened here. I understand that you're concerned about your father and your brother, but dwelling on the past benefits no one. All we can do is keep moving forward. I mean, we all acknowledge that Crow has done some stupid stuff, but we want him back too, so... Difference. He was responsible for doing the stupid stuff. You weren't. You do have a point. No burden out there exists that you should have to shoulder alone. Not as long as you're a member of Class 7. As long as we're together, we'll be able to carry the weight of any burden. One would think that I'd be used to how our class works by now. And the Imperial nobility should show its spirit through actions over words. Exactly. We both know what we need to do. We swore it to one another when we fought that moment you came back to us. Indeed. And I fully intend to do as you promised. He said as long as we're together again? He did. Rean is building a harem. The two continued walking along the path with Arthur a little longer, then eventually turned and descended the mountain. Of course, upon their return to Emir, they gave him a generous helping of food before going back to the Phoenix Wings. I definitely called it the Crimson Wings earlier. I meant Phoenix Wings. Y'all knew what I meant. Your bond with Eustace has strengthened. Horses are wonderful creatures. After spending some time with yours, I have to admit that I am feeling more optimistic, despite the fact that I'm still freezing after all that time outside. Perhaps I should head over to the tavern and get a hot cup of tea. That should make planning our next move easier. No. We didn't learn anything. Dang it. Ah. Eustace. Why do you and Sarah hate me? Who else wants to hang out right now? Like everyone, ever? Except for Toval for some reason? I want to hang out with Fee and a dog, so you know what? Where the heck am I? Get me out of this place. We're gonna hang out with Fee and a dog. I still hate you, Maple. Hey. This dog's named Badeau, right? He's cute. Yeah, Dad raised him to be a hunting dog, believe it or not. He's a sweetie, though. Looks like a smart one to me. Petting him's pretty relaxing, too. I'll stay with him for a bit while I think about what we should do. Come to think of it, it's just about feeding time. Yeah, let's hang out with Fee and a doggo. Want to help me feed him? Sure, I'd like that. Be right back, I've got to go get his food. How's that taste? Good. Look, he's wagging his tail. Sorry for not being able to spare much time for you and Arthur, Badeau. He says it's okay. Smart doggy. Can you understand what dogs are saying or something? Are you Tio? No, I'm just guessing based on how he acts and barks. Back in the Corps, I used to look after the military monsters a lot. Really? That sounds like an awfully dangerous job for you to be doing. Well, I did get bitten sometimes at first. They put a child in charge of that? Ah, Jaegers. But after one of the other caretakers showed me what to do, they stopped. The way you talk about your time there, it's hard to believe the Jaeger Corps you were in was one of the strongest. Is Zephyr unusual by Jaeger standards? I guess. The boss was pretty easygoing, but it was always hard to tell what he was thinking. You remember what I told you at Matter Park, right? How they taught me survival skills and all that? Zeno and Leo taught me how to set traps and the art of close quarters combat. I can't imagine what it must have been like living that kind of life day to day. But it's easier to see how you came to think of them as family. Yeah, we were family. Until they all left me behind after the boss died. I just want to know why. Why they all had to leave me behind. And now that I might have a chance to, I don't want to let it pass me by. Even if it won't be easy getting it out of them. Still. Oh! Doggo! The blurred edges of the doggo are kind of hurting my eyes. Thank you for zooming back out. I think even I understood what he was saying this time. Try not to overthink it. Something along those lines. There's no reason you need to try and find out alone. Not when you've got all of us with you. If that's what you want to know, we'll all make it work out. You will? You're right. How could things not work out when I've got you guys? My bond with Fee has strengthened. Oh, it looks like we can get to level 5. Cover and counterattack. Useful. I still want to talk to Zeno and Leo about why they left me behind, but being part of Class 7 is more important to me now. And as long as I stay with you, I know I'll get my chance to ask them. Hopefully we won't have to kill them. I definitely think they're more likely to kill me, but you know, we'll try. Dad died and then my uncles left. They really did. Everyone abandoned her. Except for Sarah. Okay. We have 2 bonding points left. I don't know who I want to hang out with. We hung out with Alisa last time and it didn't give us any points on her in the notebook, so this time probably would since it's about fixing the bike. So, like, I guess we could hang out with Alisa. I guess. Do we have any points on Milliam? We also hung out with Milliam last time and didn't learn anything. Milliam, what was your bonding thing again? What was it you wanted to do? Go shopping? You want to buy souvenirs. Yeah. Maybe. Hold on. I don't know. This is so hard. Having more options honestly makes it worse. More bonding points. I just don't care about shopping for souvenirs. I guess let's talk to Alisa about the bike. Hey. Yeah, I know, you're looking for tools, blah, blah, blah. Need a hand there? Sounds like a two-person job to me, and I'd feel bad making you do all the work when Angelica left it in my care. I figured you'd say that. It'll probably go more smoothly with an extra pair of hands, so sure. Alright, that's everything around the orbital engine taken care of. It could probably do with being taken for a test ride at some point, though. Oh no. Oh, I should oil the moving parts, too. Man, you really are amazing. I knew you were good with orbital technology and all, but I didn't expect you to be able to perform maintenance this well. Didn't we watch her fix an orbital car when we were in Nord? Is this that much different? All of this is just a stopgap, really. I had a few chances to look at it back at the academy, too, so I have a vague idea of what needs doing. That's all. Doesn't make you any less amazing in my eyes. When in Nord, you worked out what was wrong with that truck. My memory is somewhat decent, and even knew the model of that mortar we found. At first, I thought it was just because you're part of the Rhineford family, but I feel like that's underselling you now. You must have studied like crazy to know so much. Well, I did spend a lot of time studying orbital technology, even before enrolling at the academy. I used my family name however I could in order to visit RF factories and attend lectures at the Institute of Technology. I'm more than confident I made the most of every chance I had to study and broaden my knowledge of the field. I have a feeling I know why you did all that too. Was it to rebel against your mother? Well, I can't deny that. Not to beat a dead horse, but it felt like Mother just stopped caring about us after my father passed away. I mean, she'd stolen the company from Grandfather and everything. How could you do that to your own father? Have you met the man? I put him and Maple in the same category of hate. So I suppose you could say all that studying was my way of trying to show her up at something. A little, at least. I see. So, were you able to? Not in the slightest. Now that she's missing, this isn't the time to be thinking about my next act of rebellion either. And you know what? That's fine by me. I've made my mind up to focus on the future rather than the past for now. I've got to keep that promise I made to her in Brewer after all. I'll be running the company before she knows it. Maple, like the type of tree. She's a worker at the Crimson Wings. I think she'd prefer it that way, honestly. Huh? Are you head patting again, Rean? Look at you. You were so engrossed in the bike that you didn't even notice all the snow building up on your head. Still, I think you found the right way to approach things. I'll have to pick up a few pointers from you. Can't let myself get too wrapped up in my past either. And that way, we'll both be able to find the best paths for each of us to take. I certainly hope so. Come on, don't cry. Here, this will cheer you up. It's the little snow bunny thing again. Is that a bunny made out of snow? And look, you've got loads of snow in your head, too. Don't worry, you can follow me back to Emir. So stay close, okay? Okay. Are you kidding me? What's wrong? I can't believe I forgot. Remember how I talked about coming here with my family as a kid? I ended up getting lost out on the mountain. But just when I started to think I'd be lost there forever, a boy appeared out of nowhere. And he led me all the way back to Amir. That boy was you. I'm sure of it. That does ring a bell, actually. The year after that was when the whole thing with my power happened. So I had kind of pushed everything else to the back of my mind. Weird. We really did meet when we were kids. Not soulmates. I don't ship Rean and Alisa. I was only joking about it before, but yeah, we really did. I'd forgotten all about it too. Probably because it was a scary memory for me. I don't blame you. Still, you don't get coincidences like this every day. I'd be embarrassed to try and attribute it to something like fate, though. Yeah, you're right. Maybe if we'd realized sooner, sure. But it makes me happy to know it was you all along. I'm sure it does, Alisa. The harem grows. Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. It's nothing. Nothing at all. Anyway, let's finish up with the bike, shall we? Yeah, sure. Sharon starts preparing for the wedding. It's already prepared. She doesn't need to start prepping. It's done. Rean and Alisa worked together to finish the rest of the bike's maintenance, the two of them feeling somewhat awkward around each other due to their recent discovery. And upon their completion, they went to return the tools to Baron Schwarzer's study. My bond with Alisa has strengthened. Still staring at the guns. I can buy you a gun if you don't want to keep using your bow. I can't believe we actually met when we were kids. I guess that doesn't change things much though, does it? Nothing's more important than the bonds we've developed as members of Class 7. Anything else? No. Did that get me a point with Alisa? It did. So it's Eustace and Milliam. So we probably should hang out with Milliam today. Is there a teleport closer? Yeah.